Hey folks, how's everybody doing out there? Hope y'all are doing well. Just a quick video. I did a video a while back about how to renew your visa online here in the Philippines. It's too easy. I did a step-by-step. I think I did it for the most non-computer savvy person. Somebody said, oh, it's too long. Well, okay. Anyhow, it was step-by-step, and I've used it several times. It worked like a charm until the last time I tried to use it. And so what happened, it gave me some type of error message that said, can't be done, you need to proceed to the nearest immigration office, right? Now look, if you're using the online renewal, renew it as soon as you know you're gonna need to stay longer. Don't wait till 3 days and say, oh, let me do it online, because if you have a problem, then you're scrambling to get down to an immigration office. Okay, in my case, it takes me about 5 hours on a bus and then another short, 30-minute taxi ride to get over to immigration. So anyhow, I couldn't figure out why it worked fine, and I think I finally figured it out. I'm not totally sure, but what happens is, okay, if you go to, well, let's start out. How do you renew it? I'll just do a quick blurb here. You go to e-services.immigration.gov.ph. Boom, there it is on the screen. You go there, you'll start out with the visa waiver, and then if you want to extend, that's when you go in and extend for 2 months. That's when I got no-go. I think it let me do the visa waiver, but then it no-go'd me on extending for the 2 months. So what happened, what I realized was when I went to do my e-travel, like if you leave the country, you have to register on etravel.gov.ph. Boom, there it is. And when you enter the country, you have to fill out the e-travel. Well, I realized when I went there, on one of my previous travel history, it still said proceed to immigration. And if you look at the rest of them, they all say cleared by immigration. So when you come in and you show them that QR code, they're going to scan it, and it should change you to cleared by immigration. And I think what happened, for some reason, when I came in, they either A, just didn't ask me for the QR code, or B, it didn't scan properly, or what have you. But I think that's what happened to where I could not extend my visa online. I came into the airport, here's all my stuff, and somehow in the mix it didn't get scanned, and it still shows as pending. It shows proceed to immigration. Now I've already left the country and come back, and my new status obviously says cleared by immigration, what it's supposed to say. So anyhow, I think that's why the website didn't work for me. So I'm sitting there thinking, well, how do I mitigate that? I said, oh, okay, fool. The next time you come in and clear immigration, and you're down at baggage claim, or maybe before you get on the escalators to go to baggage claim, just pull up the eTravel login and make sure it says cleared by immigration. I don't know how long it takes to update. I'm assuming that it's automatic. But if you pull that up, once you get through immigration and you pull it up and it says proceed to immigration, well, maybe it didn't get scanned properly. It's not a huge deal if you plan on going and renewing through a service or going to the office. But if you're way out on an island somewhere where there's no immigration office, there's no service, or you're like me, sitting 5 hours, 5.5 hours north of Cebu City, it's worth pulling out, well, in my case, an iPad. I don't carry a damn cell phone worth of crap anymore. But in my case, it's worth pulling out the iPad and saying, okay, did this thing scan me in? Does it still say proceed to immigration? Or does it say cleared by immigration? As long as it said cleared, then I'm pretty confident my online visa renewal will work as usual. But if for some reason that's still hanging and it says proceed to immigration, I might hang out there for 5 or 10 minutes and see if it changes, and if it doesn't, I'm probably going to turn around and say, excuse me, ma'am, sir, officer, so-and-so, can you check and make sure my QR code scanned me in? And folks, I might be way off base here. This may have nothing to do with nothing, but it does seem awful coincidental that happened, right? And so for me, having to make a 5-hour trip, basically burn an entire day or an overnight trip, from now on, when I come into the Philippines, I'm going to pause right there, even if I'm waiting on my baggage, and make sure that thing says clear. Because, you know, not a big deal. But it did cost me an all-day bus ride down to Cebu City. It cost me a night in a hotel and an all-day bus ride back. We had a great time. But probably if they'd scanned my QR code right, maybe they just forgot to ask me. I don't know. Don't have no idea. Don't remember. I don't think they asked me for it that time. I can't even remember. But if you put 2 and 2 together, it makes sense. And so that's what I'm going to do. And I just thought I would share that with you. Because if you're a ferry ride, a taxi ride, a bus ride, that's a big inconvenience not being able to renew online. There you go. Maybe that never happened to anybody but me. But in that travel history, it still says proceed to immigration. And then the other website gave me the no-go code. You have to immediately report to an office or something. It's sort of alarming. You're like, whoa, what's going on? What did I do? There you go, folks. There's my little tidbit of information. I'm back in the PI, back here at Green Acres Ranch. It's kind of quiet here today. I'm getting set up to run that auction. I'm going to auction off all the Pasalubong gifts instead of just giving it to them. I let them eat the chicken chicharrones. But all the clothes, I did let 2 Filipinos preview what I'm going to auction off, but Flo has no idea. And I'm going to run the auction with Monopoly money. So check out that video. Just another fun way to keep your ladies entertained. Keep them from getting bored. Because idle hands do the devil's work. So I'll leave you about 5 minutes worth of clips of my journey from Bangkok to Manila down to Cebu. I took that Philippine Airlines flight because it saved me a few bones. I usually avoid Manila like the plague. And this trip, because it's so much easier just coming into Angeles or coming into Cebu, they're smaller airports. It's you don't have to be a brainiac to figure that out, right? Usually I avoid Manila like the plague. This time, getting into Manila, going through immigration, the whole experience was pleasant. Got nothing to complain about. I walked outside, the shuttle bus was waiting to take me to the next terminal, no issues. But the flight was an hour late. And not blaming anybody, because in my experience, that's par for the course for Manila. Anytime I take a flight through Manila, especially Cebu Pacific, it's late. But this time Philippine Airlines was an hour late. So if you can, avoid Manila. Avoid Manila. Just, you know, it's a busier place. The airport has zero frills. There's nothing to write home about versus coming into Angeles or Cebu. So much better. Anyhow, here's some clips of my travels compressed down into 5 minutes. Maybe I'll put it to music, but I think I did a little bit of talking. Maybe if you're laid up in the bed about to go to sleep, maybe I don't put any music and you just hit play, and by the time I'm rolling into Cebu, I don't know if I have that clip. Anyhow, maybe you're fast asleep. ASMR. That's something about when you don't talk, you don't put music. I can't remember what it stands for. Without further ado, here we go. Interesting job if you're a young dude. He's got a suction cup right there at his foot. The way they can maneuver around. You know what? You know, if I was a young dude, that'd be a good job to have. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 4, maybe 5-man crew.
Cabin crew, take off stations, please. Any more rocks first? Thank you for flying Philippines.